Hello Doctor Who fans and welcome to another video, and as you can see we have probably a really nice set. Here we have the Genesis of the Dalek set. So we finally have a classic release of Davros after many years since B&M Planet's original releases over 10 years ago. But to start off with, I'll be starting off with the Dalek. So here we have another Genesis Grey Dalek. We never had one of those before, have we? So there's obviously only so much I can talk about when it comes to Genesis Daleks, but the only thing that makes this one a bit more special is that the appendages are actually removable. So it comes with these accessories of that sort of an extension that, as you can see, we can put in, as you can see, like this, and well, can be hooked up like this as they're sort of connecting up and hooked up into the Dalek. So if you watch Genesis of the Daleks, they were sort of connected wide up and then plugged into the Dalek itself. So I like how they've actually added this accessory to this Genesis Dalek for a change. We have seen something similar before where the gun arm was removable in a Toys R Us set back in 2013. So I'm glad they've actually decided to sort of add more to it as seen in a specific scene from Genesis of the Daleks. So it's really nice they've actually decided to do this, and as you can see they do fit in perfectly well, and obviously both appendages, both accessories do go on both gun arm and the plunger arm. So it makes a nice change. You can either have one, two or neither, which is quite nice. The Dalek obviously is very the dark grey as always, with the nice clouded ears. But overall, it's a nice Dalek. I like how they've done a bit of a scuffed look on the base for a change, so it's not all black. Seen with some of the early releases of the Genesis of the Daleks, and they were quite, they were that matte black colour with no scuffing. So one thing I do like about the B&M sets is that kind of added detail. Comparing it side by side with an earlier B&M release of the Grey Dalek, as you can see here, it's certainly a lighter grey compared to this set. Well, this Dalek seen in the Day of the Dalek set. So whilst this is more of a gunmetal kind of grey, this is more of a kind of a lighter colour grey. So it's very distinguishable between the two. But overall, it's a really nice Dalek. But again, it's a Genesis Dalek, and we've had about 8 of these released over the years. But it's nice to have one that's actually a bit more different and has a bit more about it compared to the other standard grey Dalek releases. But overall, it's a nice Dalek and it has more to it. And I like how they've done these accessories for a change, because we're used to not getting really many accessories when it comes to B&M. But it's nice we've actually had something new, as these have never actually been released before, especially like this. So it's something different. And one figure that I'm looking forward to taking a closer look at is the classic Davros figure. So, this is first seen in Genesis of the Daleks, the very first appearance of Davros. So overall, as you can see, we've had lots of detail on the dashboard, which I really like. All the controls, as you can see, we had the 4 red buttons at the front and the red switches on the side. Again, it all goes round to the side as well with the kind of a glass kind of package. Taking a close look at the wiring on the head, I really do like this figure with the, as you can see, the red wires that are going around. We had the famous blue eye connected to the forehead. But I really do like the way this figure is. The arm does actually move like in the original release, and can be moved in any direction that you like. But overall, as you can see, the details all been put. The only one major problem I would say is this. The door was never actually seen in this story. So, I mean, technically, it's, they've obviously done it because obviously in the resurrection of the Daleks, he had this base, and obviously they use the same mold because obviously you can actually, you can reuse it. So it's a shame to sort of kept this and not sort of try and sort of remove it, but I know that would obviously need another molding, another sculpt, because each obviously base requires different tooling. But overall it's really nice. I do like the added detail on the side, and I do like all the detail on the switches. And I would say there's actually not really much fault when it comes to the paintwork, though overall they've actually got it pretty spot on. There's no overpainting, there's no kind of dripping paint, nothing's broken. Overall it's actually a really lovely figure, and it's actually a really nice release to actually finally have. And I'm glad that as a second release of the Davros figure, after all these years, have actually put a lot of effort into it. Putting it side by side with a standard grey Dalek, but with slightly different accessories and sort of a more of a clouded ear look compared to previous releases. It's really, they really put a lot of effort into it, and I like how they've actually decided to do this in such a quite a nice way that makes it more distinguishable. And at least now we finally have a Davros release after all these years, because if you've missed out on the first time, then I'll obviously recommend this set. But overall, it's just a really nice set to have. The detailing is all there. As you can see, even on the Davros, not sure if you'll be able to see, even on the silver base, they've also added the scuffing look. So it's that kind of those added details from the buttons that have no like leak paint, the scuffing on the base on the grey Dalek and Davros. So it's all these things that accumulate into making this why it's such a really good set. So overall, I really love this set. And if you don't have it, then I'll certainly recommend that you try and get your hands on it, because it is really nice. And I hope you enjoyed this review, and let me know if you did manage to get this set. And thank you for watching.